So, for those of you that weren't aware, I held an art contest from the beginning of last month to yesterday, and I didn't get that many submissions, but I'm a sheep of my word. I will be featuring what I did get on this channel of mine, but to pad out the runtime, I will be showcasing all the art of my Sonid that you see on screen that I have ever received, and I hope you enjoy my review of all these pieces. Don't worry, those that did submit an entry and won something, you will be rewarded. Don't you worry about that. I've already given out one person's prize. But just enjoy all the art, and I will be crediting each of the artists. Here we go. So, the winner of this contest was this adorable drawing by Random Yellow Fox. Like, I love their headshot of Antonio. Like, probably the cutest out of the submissions I got, which was like 4, but I'm glad I got any, and this one was my favorite. I just love how they draw Antonio. And this drawing of Antonio is by my, another friend of mine, Mintwave. I actually drew what is his server profile and his profile picture. I drew his persona of the same name, and he heavily enjoyed it. Like, I love how he made Antonio have a different color scheme with his outfit, like, made his skirt blue. I like how he kind of did something different with him. Granted, this one was allowed on a technicality since it is my friend's Danganronpa OC, and I do have a tendency to talk about that media series, but I do love Zero. I love how he was drawn. I think my friend Fefninter, I hope I pronounced that right. I'm not sure, but I love this friend of mine's style. And this was and this is the last submission to my contest that I have before I get into just the art of Antonio in general. This was made by a member of my server that I think goes by Homer Jade Simpson. They made this sort of fan WWE edit involving Antonio and 2 other characters. Now, this was made before Antonio went through his outfit design change. This was back when Antonio wore a white short sleeve dress shirt with a black tie, and I think this artist, who goes by Samo, they did a really good job at drawing Antonio, stayed very true to what was his style. Now this was drawn by my good friend Brooke the Dragon Dog. Absolutely love her style. We've been friends for a while, and she drew this late at night for my birthday, and it was nice seeing it, even though I only saw it a day later. Like, I love how she kind of kept some details with Antonio, that he's got a little fluffy tail. He's got some floof that ends at his elbow, and I don't know why she made his shirt gray, but it works very well with him. Now this was made by the very talented artist Gidaz. This was actually a request I did, and basically I asked them to draw Antonio cosplaying the Danganronpa character Chihiro Fujisaki, and I love how they kinda combined both Antonio and Chihiro's designs. Very good job. This was what the artist Fen drew for me when I did an art trade with him. It's Antonio trying to lift up the Buster Sword. As you can see, he's not a very strong floof. Can barely get it off the ground with his... Oh, god damn it. Fuck. Sorry. Anyways, he can barely get it off the ground. But it was quite cute. From what I've found out, the artist who made this deleted their profile off Discord, but this was also a request, and at the time they went by Kale Chips or Chippy. I'm not sure what they go by now, but I still wanted to show this because just the floof, the sheer amount of floof in this, I absolutely love how they drew Antonio. Now this, I do know the artist who made it. This is Kachow's sketch that she did of Antonio, and she made this, and I love how she made him even floofier than he initially was. The shoes were also a nice touch, but what's kind of weird about Antonio is nobody seems to ever... There isn't a defined length of how long or short his tie is. Some draw his tie really short, some draw it medium length, and some draw it really long. Like, I just realized that out of all the drawings I've received of Antonio, his tie is either really short or really long. Yes, this side profile of Antonio done by Shrimp Fountain. Just look at that, all that floof. His pretty deep blue eyes. I want to pet this version of Antonio because he's just adorable in Shrimp Fountain style. And this is probably my favorite piece involving Antonio to date, because it involves him and Chihiro Fujisaki. Like, this was drawn by the amazingly talented Lamp. I highly suggest you check out their work if you run into them. I'm like, they did not have to make this for me, but I'm so glad they did. This was my profile picture on Discord for the longest time. And this funny little piece that I don't only touch grass, I eat it, was made by my good friend Clown. And she's another fellow artist of mine that drew this sort of meme of Antonio, and I highly like her take on him. Now, this sort of sketch of Antonio was created by the amazing Baizu. I love the way he drew Antonio. Oh, and I also love the little hearts by his name. Like, he looks so cute, and I also love his floofy ears. Yeah, I couldn't do a video reviewing all the art I've received of Antonio without showing this one drawn by the queen of the regular show fandom, Jeremy Legend 23. She made this version of Antonio back when we first met, and he's actually a minor character in her series that is shown here, Regular Life. Now this was the drawing that inspired what was Antonio's design for the longest time. Like, this was drawn by Noisy. It was a short warm-up doodle they did of my persona cosplaying Chihiro Fujisaki. And if you ask me, they absolutely nailed the Danganronpa style. Now, this headshot of Antonio was drawn by the lovely Zaletti, and I often joke about how they made him look like a furry yaoi character in this headshot, but I can't lie and say I didn't have some influences from this piece when I was redesigning Antonio later this year. And last but certainly not least, we have this piece done by Chicken that involves Antonio as the leader of the cooking club. I think he's very cute in this sort of dress that they gave him, and what a amazing entry to end this art reaction off on. So thus ends a very long art view. Huge thanks to those who actually did participate in the contest, and to anyone who's ever drawn Antonio. I appreciate every artist's rendition of my beloved character. All y'all are amazing. So you made it this far to the video. Huge thanks to, so if you made it this far to the video, I appreciate you. Fuck, I can't fucking speak, but I'm appreciative of y'all. Y'all have a great day. Y'all, don't forget to like, leave a comment, share this video, and as I said before, y'all have a great fucking day.